Namaste and welcome to this energizing, hip-focused, fun flow. I will recommend taking a block for assistance, but also for a pose at the end of class. If you don't have one, you can use a pillow as well. We'll get started laying on the back body with the feet stepped down to the mat, letting your knees fall in together. Place your hands onto your low belly and start to feel your breath move through your body. Allowing your breath to anchor you into the now, into the present moment. Watching the ebb and flow. And just taking this moment to thank yourself for making it to your mat. For giving yourself this time. And then make a promise to yourself that you'll honor your body throughout this practice. Bring your right ear down to the mat and breathe into the left side of the neck. And switching sides. And take your head back through center. Grounding through the low back. Take a deep breath in. On the breath out, take your right knee into your chest, wrapping your hands around the leg, maybe the shin, hamstring, or just around the knee. You have the option to extend your left leg long if it feels good. And taking your knee out towards the shoulder, you can even lower onto your right bicep and just use your hand to support the leg. You can circle the right toes. Go in the opposite direction. And you can take half happy baby. Reach down for your shin, your ankle, or the outside of your right foot and pull the knee down to the mat. If you feel like you're toppling to the left, step your left foot down, and open it into a half butterfly. Good. Now extend the leg long again once more if it was bent. And then take your hands around the right foot and draw the heel towards the belly button. So we're almost in a lifted half butterfly, and this should bring a really deep stretch around your right glute. Good. Softly place the right foot to the inside of your left leg for a reclined tree pose. And you can let this stay really passive, or you can make it active. Pressing your hands onto your hips, pull the left toes to your face. A slight tuck to your chin to find length in the back of your neck. Interlace your hands, flip your palms, and reach your arms overhead, getting almost a full body stretch here. Yawning if you need to yawn. It's never good to hold that in. Good. Now you can relax your arms back down to your sides. Scoop your right knee back up and step the foot down to the mat. Bring your left knee into your chest and maybe sending your right leg long. Always holding on to the steadiness of your breath, never losing it. Opening the left knee, take it into the left hand, maybe lowering your left upper arm to the mat and just supporting it. And you can take half happy baby, reaching your left hand down for the ankle or foot. Option to step your right foot into the half butterfly. Take one more steady breath. And then extending your right leg long, guide your left heel towards the belly button. Release the foot to the inside of the right leg, pressing your palms on top of your hips, leveling them out. You can stay passive or begin to make it active, flexing your right foot, pressing your heel, interlace your fingers, reach your arms overhead, yawning again if you need to yawn. Beautiful job. Bring your arms to your sides, close your left knee in, and gather both legs into your chest. You can rock from side to side a couple of times. And then take your knees out towards your shoulders. Reach down for your ankles, inside of the knees for the outsides of the feet or the shins, finding your full happy baby. Allow yourself to explore here. Find what feels good for your body. You can gently rock from side to side, massaging the low back. You can try extending one leg and then the other, maybe both legs at the same time. And now bringing the soles of your feet to touch, let your knees open for that lifted butterfly pose. Stay here for an extra moment or extend your right leg long, getting a really deep stretch here, and then switch sides, extending your left leg long. Now hold in that lifted butterfly, bring both feet to touch, maybe flutter the knees a couple of times. And then as softly and as carefully as you can, keep the legs in this shape but lower the feet to the mat. Reclined butterfly. Again, you can rock across the low back, swaying your knees. Use your hands at the outsides of your legs, bring your knees back up together, and walk your feet to the edges of your mat. Constructive rest pose. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Pull your knees into your chest, lift off of the tailbone, and start to rock and roll on the spine. Getting enough momentum so you can come up onto the feet into a yogi squat or malasana. Shift forward, reach your hands in front, and you can just sway the knees from side to side, gently waking them up. And then allow yourself to just melt and fold passively. Let your tailbone melt to the ground. Bring your chin to your chest. Reach forward with your hands and breathe. Carefully lift your hips, come into a forward fold. You can turn your toes to point forward and gently sway from side to side. Is your head lifted? Can you let it be heavy? Soft bend into the knees, squeeze the belly, lift up halfway, flat back, breathe in. Breathe out, plant your hands and step your feet to the bottom of your mat into a downward dog. Pedal the legs a few times here, and then lower the knees to the edges of your mat. Untuck the toes and send the hips to the heels for child's pose. And finding your breath as you melt into this shape. A couple sways from side to side may feel nice, bringing the weight towards one leg and then the other. And when you're ready, pulling yourself up to tabletop. Bringing your hands under your shoulders, walk your knees a bit closer together. We'll move through our cats and cows. Your inhale, you're going to lift the gaze in the tailbone and lower the belly. And your exhale, you'll do the opposite, rounding the spine, pressing your hips forward and tucking your chin to your chest. Each movement, you're really trying to press into the hands and lift away from the mat. Neutral spine will tuck the toes and send the hips up to downward facing dog. Bend the right knee, drop the left heel to the mat, and switch sides. And we'll drop back down into your tabletop. What I like to call peanut butter scoops or sacral rolls. Bring your hips all the way to the heels, walk your hands forward a touch as you shift forward, scoop them across the front of your mat and around. We'll do this a few times and you can really make this as big of a circle as you like or as small. Get into the head, the shoulders, switch directions. And come back through center, tuck the toes, downward dog. Find stillness here, letting your heels melt to the mat. Press through your fingers and get your tailbone a bit higher. Inhale onto the toes, bend the knees, look forward, and step to the hands at the top of your mat. Inhale into a nice flat back, and exhale, forward fold. Let the head and the shoulders be heavy, and then vertebrae by vertebrae, roll yourself up to stand. And growing a little bit taller, take a couple of shoulder rolls, forward and back. And then we'll take a deep breath in, reach the arms up overhead, palms will touch. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Pause for a breath here. Maybe setting an intention for your practice. Inhale, rise up onto the toes, reach your arms up overhead, and carefully lower the heels back down, bring your hands to your heart. We'll do this a few times. Inhale, reach your arms up, come up onto the toes as high as you can, and exhale, as controlled as you can, lower back down. Breathe in, reach your arms up. Breathe out, hands to heart. Step your feet wider than hip width apart, turn your heels in, toes out. Inhale, reach your arms up, come up onto the toes. Exhale, carefully lower the heels, lower into the knees, bringing your hands to heart center, finding your yogi squat. Straighten the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the front of the legs. Exhale, fold. Rising up all the way to stand, reach your arms up overhead and up onto the toes. Inhale. And exhale, lower the heels, bring your hands to your heart. We'll do this again. Inhale, sweeping your arms up high, come onto the toes. Exhale, lower the heels, drop all the way into your squat. Pause for a breath in and out. Straighten the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Come up to stand, breathing in. Come up onto the toes. With control, bring your hands to your heart, lower your heels. Last one here. Inhale, rise onto the toes. Exhale, lower into your squat. Now, holding your squat here, you could take a couple more sways. You can stay in stillness. To try a bind, bring your right knee to the back of the right arm and walk your hand out and sweep your left arm up to the sky. And then for a half bind, bring your left hand to the low back. Maybe you lift off of your right hand and reach for the left fingers. Open your chest, looking over. Breathe in. And release, breathe out. Place your hands to the mat, lift the hips, straighten the legs, inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. With your hands inside of the right foot, step your left toes back into your lizard lunge. You can keep the back knee lifted and shift forward and back on the hands and the back toes. Gently pressing your hips down to the earth if it feels good, maybe rolling onto the knife edge of the right foot. Good. Now, finding a fun transition, don't overthink it. Lift off of your right hand and step your left foot forward to the top of your mat and lower into a seat. If you got lost in the transition, your left leg is out in front of you and you can hug your right knee into your chest. Turn to the right and place your right hand behind you, wrapping your left arm around the thigh, finding a nice tall spine. Breathe in and release. Breathe out, turning to face back forward. Now bringing your left hand behind you, bring your right arm to the inside of the right knee. You can find a bind here as well, just sort of like we were in with our malasana, taking your left hand to the low back and wrapping your right arm around the leg. Try to straighten the spine with an inhale and an exhale. If you have the bind, release it now. And we're going to send the left toes back to the bottom of your mat. Reach forward with your hands and come into a lunge. This time lowering your left knee down to the ground and untucking the toes. A block may be helpful here, especially underneath the left hand. We'll breathe in, reach your right arm up high for a nice little twist. Hugging your knee into your midline, look up. Lower your right hand down. Pressing the knee into the back of the arm, reach up with your left hand. This might feel a little awkward, so you can come up onto your fingertips if you don't have a block. Now placing your left hand back down, we'll twist with the right arm up high, but now lifting off of the back knee for a grounded high lunge twist. Bring your right hand down to the mat, and now turn your back heel to the mat, turning your toes. Reach your left arm up high to the sky for a side angle. Beautiful job. Squeeze your belly, reverse triangle, straighten the front leg, lean back, reaching back with your right hand. Option to pull the right toes to your face. Exhale into warrior two. Breathe in and bring your right forearm to the front thigh, lunging a little deeper. Really try to turn your chest to the side, reaching up with your left fingers, or you can find a bind. You can bring your left hand to the low back, maybe you stay here, or you wrap your right forearm underneath your right knee and thigh and reach for the fingers. Now from here, you have the option for a bird of paradise. Start heel toeing the left foot in a little bit, and I'm going to turn so you can see. Come off of the right toes ever so carefully, and maybe this is where you stay. Otherwise, see if you can straighten up, straighten through the left leg, and you're welcome to also stay here. If you have the balance, see how it feels to try straightening your right leg now. This is a really, really challenging one, so be patient and kind to yourself. And very carefully, we'll lower the right foot down to the mat, bending into the knee, step the toes down, and we'll turn to face the top of your mat, rise up, reaching your arms up to the sky, breathing in, come up onto the toes, exhale, lower the heels and bring your hands to your heart. Amazing job. Step up to the top of your mat if you're not already. And we'll breathe in, reach your arms up to the sky, come up onto the toes. Exhale, lower the heels, and we'll drop into our malasana, widening your heels if you need to. And we'll take this all on the other side now. So you can sway or you can find the bind, bringing your left arm inside of the knee, reaching up high with your right arm, or interlacing your hands behind the left leg. Actively trying to roll your right shoulder back. One more breath. Good. Bring your hands down to the earth. Inhale, straighten the legs, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, fold. Plant your hands and step your right toes to the bottom of your mat, finding your lizard lunge with the back knee lifted. Shifting forward and back, getting really deep into the hips as you gently press them down. It may feel nice to roll onto the knife edge of the left foot, opening the knee, even looking back towards the toes. Good. Grounding with your right hand, lift your left palm off the mat and step your right toes forward to the top of your mat so you can lower onto your hips, hugging your left knee into your chest and your right leg is long. Wrap your right arm around the left knee and take your left hand behind your hips. Inhale into a nice, really tall spine and exhale, twist a little deeper. And release out of this twist. We'll take it to the other side. Your left forearm to the inside of the knee and your right hand behind you as a kickstand. Option to interlace your hands behind your leg. Good. Face forward. Release out of your twist, and we're going to completely swivel the right toes all the way to the bottom of your mat. Reach forward with your hands and then step the right toes even further back into your low lunge. You can reach for your block here as we move through our little twists. Right hand starts. Reach your left arm up to the sky. Breathe in and breathe out. And take your left hand to the inside of the leg, really pressing your knee into the arm. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Feel the shifting around in your hips. Breathe in and lower your right hand down, breathing out. Tuck the back toes, lift off of the knee. Reach your left arm up to the sky for your twist. And switch. Left hand comes down, drop onto the right heel, side angle. Reach your right arm up high to the sky. Good. Strong belly, strong legs, reverse triangle. Straighten the front leg, rise up and flip your left hand up and over. And again, you can pull the left toes to your face. Breathe in. And warrior two, breathe out. We're just here for a moment. Take an inhale. And exhale, drop the front forearm to the thigh and reach your right arm overhead. You can stay here or bring your right arm around the back body, maybe the left arm underneath the thigh, interlacing your fingers. Lift the chest, turning it to the sides. And you can start to heel toe the back foot in. Once you can stand completely on that right leg, you can hop it forward and you can come off of the left toes. Very carefully, really getting a strong grip with your left thigh as high on the tricep as you can. If you're standing, you can try extending your left leg. Steady breath, find a point to focus on, allow yourself to smile and laugh. We're not going to be here for much longer. When you're ready, though, you can rebend the knee and tap the toes carefully back down to the mat. Release out of your bind. Inhaling into a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let it all go. Good. Inhale, rise up. Sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Pause for an inhale and an exhale. Sweep your arms up to the sky, breathing in. Come up onto the toes. And lower the heels, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Bend into the knees, lower your hips to the heels, and come all the way to lay onto your back. Open your heart with a great big cactus arms. Step your feet to the edges of your mat and let your knees fall in together. And take slow, grounding breaths. Notice how you feel. Now bringing your arms along your sides, step your heels close to your hips to tickle your ankles. Now vertebrae by vertebrae lift off of the low back for a nice little bridge pose. option to interlace the hands under the hips to really get a deeper lift with the hips, maybe bringing your chin towards your chest. Take one more steady breath in, really press up, and a breath out. You can lower down much slower than you want to, vertebrae by vertebrae. Reopen your arms and windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Now, if you have your block here, we're going to place it underneath the hips, sort of below the low back and above the tailbone. You can stay in your supported bridge pose, or you can one at a time extend each leg long. This will bring a really nice counter stretch for your hip flexors, which have been kind of compressed a lot of this class. And taking steady breaths. Enjoy your shavasana here, acknowledging all of the effort that you put into this practice, acknowledging your body, really accepting it. Thank it for all that it can do. And please feel free to linger here for a bit longer. Otherwise, you can gently step your feet to the mat, lift your hips and slide the block out from under you. Ground down through the low back, the feet. Let your limbs be heavy. Reach your right arm overhead and roll over onto your right side body. Take a slow, cleansing breath. And we'll make our way up into a seat and close off our practice with a final breath together. There's no rush. You can sit up nice and tall, soften the shoulders down. And with a breath in, sweep your arms up overhead. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. The light in me sees, acknowledges, and honors the light in you and knows that they are the same. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. Let me know how Bird of Paradise went for you. Please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next class.